Oh, Susan, that was so gorgeous. Thank you so much. take a moment for all of us to show our appreciation. Thank you so much, Susan. That was just lovely and just a really, really beautiful and blessed way to come into the Shabbat and to be together. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you together. Hine matov umanayim. It really is. Hine matov umanayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine matov umanayim. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. We've had a little over a week of bringing light into each of our homes every night. Now, as we head towards the shortest day of the year on Monday, with the least light at least, we need to keep bringing that light into our lives. We'll do so with the Sabbath candles together, and we do so with how we treat each other and the world. What are you doing to bring light into someone else's life? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you bringing hope and kindness? Who are you bringing love into the world and making this a better world for them as you bring light to them? Tonight, we're excited to have doing our candles this evening. The Cohen family, as Ella Cohen's bat mitzvah is tomorrow morning, and along with Ella, her parents Dave and Marissa, and her sister Amanda are going to light the Sabbath candles. Take it away, Cohen family.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
And now we continue with the Kiddush, as Ella's going to lead us in that. And hold up your own Kiddush cups if you have one.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodesh v'yahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikraye kodesh zeher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodesha ve'ahava uvratza hinhaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Thank you to Ella, and we'll see her in a little bit and later in the service. Now we're going to do breakout roulette, where you never know who's going to be in your breakout room with you. It's an exciting opportunity to meet new people and say hello to friends. So whenever we're ready, we're going to be put into our breakout rooms. For those of you that are still here, you can just click that button that says you accept and you can go into a breakout room. I promise you'll be back to the main room. No, you won't be going away, but you get to talk to other people. Just click that button. Well, for those of you who don't want to go to a breakout room, we'll make our own breakout room here. You can unmute yourself and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. Well, I wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. It's okay to click unmute, click on that microphone and wish us all a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Barbara.
How are you? Quiet group tonight.
Yeah, well, they didn't want to go into breakout rooms and they don't want to chat.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Is it cold in New York?
Yes, it's very cold.
It's cold here too.
It's 28 here.
Well, it's a little warmer here. It's about 50 something.
We call that fall.
Yeah, heat wave.
But at least the snow wasn't as bad as everybody
No.
predicted it would be.
And while it was happening, it did look pretty.
Did look pretty.
Were you in a breakout room with Mark?
Well, those that didn't join it, he did a breakout room. Yeah.
Now everybody's coming back.
There's no picture. I'm not on
Or
picture.
you're not on picture?
You can talk.
Shabbat Shalom, Mark.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to be muting everybody. So we're waiting for everybody to get back from the breakout rooms.
You didn't believe me.
Hello, Karen. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Good to
Shabbat
be here.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Oh, I'm not muted. How nice.
Yeah.
No,
So I'm
no, I'm not.
okay. We turn now to L'chad Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride and each other.
L'chad Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי לך דודי יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי יאללה לי לקראת כלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה יאללה 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 לך דודי יאללה 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 לקראת כלה ay 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 לך דודי ay 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 לקראת כלה ay 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 בני שבת לקבלה ay 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 לך דודי ay 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 לקראת כלה ay 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 בני שבת לקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוכם אולי עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה.
We turn to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. And if you're not already, we invite you to please rise.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
We read together in English. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are the creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha avta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadita Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We invite to lead us in the V'ahavta, our bat mitzvah, Ella Cohen.
All right. Should I stand or just sit?
Your call, Ella.
All right, I'm gonna stand because it's easy.
Everyone else can be seated, but you can do what you want.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר הוצאתיהם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I just lost my spot.
Why don't you start? Why don't
from
you
the top?
Yeah,
Why don't
I'm
you start over?
sorry.
You jumped to the end very eagerly, so why don't you start from the beginning?
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בהם ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך. וקשרתם לאוד על ידיך, והיו התותפות בין עיניך.
Uktav Tam.
Tam.
על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, ואתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Beautifully done, Ella. And we're so excited for you and your family for your bat mitzvah tomorrow morning. Let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, osei fele, Torah tehilot, osei fele. מלכותך רב עליך, בוקי הים לפני משה. זהילי אנו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה. Yalla la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la. ונאמר כי פדרנו את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
A song for Shabbat, Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות, את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות, את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות, את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות, את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn to the Tefillah, our center prayers of praise, of thanks, of blessing to God. And if you're comfortable in body or in soul, to please rise.
Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi hagid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei v'Lehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, לחיי הכל, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה Adonai, האל הקדוש. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Blessed is the Eternal One, the Holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amecha Yisrael, U'tefilatam be'ahava, Tikabel, U'tehi v'ratzon, Tamid
we continue with our own silent prayers, at the conclusion of our silent prayers, I'm delighted that our pianist Joe Davidian will play for us a prayer of peace. We continue silently. Thank you, Joe. So great to hear and see you. We turn now to a prayer of healing in a world that is so desperate for healing. And we each do what we can. Some of us are doctors or nurses or healthcare workers or first responders and are doing so much every day, putting their lives on the line to help others. And all of us are finding ways to help bring healing to our community, to our family, to our friends. As we share some names in the RTFH community, we invite you to put names of those you're thinking of into our chat for all of us to draw strength in helping them each find healing in their own ways. At Temple, we're especially thinking of Rabbi Meir Perlmutter, Elaine Wall, Helen Schloss, Rochelle Weinberg, Ronnie Heller, Jamie Stern, Joan Lipton, Arlene Green, Hans Alexander, Sadie Rosenkrantz, Elise Leibowitz, Roberta Traeger, Hazel Cohen, Jody Ann Herman, Donald Levy, Eric Bosch, Sarah Burton. And to these names we add the many thousands that each day are getting COVID-19 and the many who suffer from all sorts of illness and disease and loss around the world, and all those in our chat who we care so very much about. For our healing prayer, we turn to words from the book of Numbers that our Torah study looked at just a few weeks ago. Elna Rafan Allah. This prayer of healing written by Todd Herzog.
Dear God of our ancestors,
Dear God of our ancestors,
help us renew our faith.
help us renew our faith.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Bring strength to all our days.
Bring strength to all our days.
Restore our strength of body.
Restore our strength of body.
Help clarify our minds.
Help clarify our minds.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Rejuvenate our light.
Rejuvenate our light.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Throughout our days and nights,
Throughout our days and nights,
we celebrate the journey.
we celebrate the journey.
This precious gift of life.
This precious gift of life. Well, the big news is definitely that COVID-19 vaccines have begun to be distributed in some countries, including the United States. Few of us at RTFH are responsible to figure out who gets the vaccines or how they are distributed. None of us have Joseph's job. This week's Torah portion, Miketz, Joseph has to oversee a nationwide food distribution program for Egypt and beyond. Both were quite the task. As politicians, celebrities, and influencers begin to get the vaccine to encourage acceptance, it makes me think whether we should make receiving the vaccine mandatory for participation in in-person events at RTFH. This is a complicated question and a bit early to ask. There are issues with allergies that have not yet been fully explored. We would want to see the side effects and efficacy of the vaccine on a global level. There should be discussion of herd immunity if most people are vaccinated. We'd want much more discussion among the various committees and leadership of Temple and to hear from the congregation. But as this momentous time of change came to us this week, I thought I'd first look tonight at some of the Jewish values underlying the question of the vaccine. Eminent halachist Rabbi David Golinkin concluded earlier this month that aside from pre-existing conditions that would prevent it, all Jews should consider it halakha to vaccinate themselves and their children. Further, that schools, synagogues, and even shopping malls can justifiably deny entrance to someone who is not vaccinated. Jewish values have always focused on pekuach nefesh, that we must always strive to save a life or take steps to save a life. For traditional Jews, that means even violating most any other Jewish law to do so. So we have Hatzalah, the Orthodox Ambulance Corps, which has come to temple a few times on Shabbat, despite rules on driving and using technology, all to help save a life. Pekuach Nefesh has been at the core of our decision-making for the past 9 months at RTFH. Other Jewish values are also at the center here. Whoever saves a life is considered as if they have saved a world. If you are commanded to save the lives of others, how much more to save your own? We are created in the image of God and are prohibited from harming God's creation, our own body. And the statement, one does not rely on miracles. It is possible to avoid illness without doing anything, but that doesn't make it the sensible thing to do. When there is an accepted medical treatment, we should use that and not hopes and wishes. We don't always like the medical treatment prescribed for us, whether pills or exercise or diet, or more invasive surgeries or actions. But our tradition tells us that we are obligated to follow doctors' orders if they will help us heal. Famously, we cite these values on Yom Kippur. We are reminded each year, I know because I do the reminding, that despite our fast, we still need to take our medicines. Of course, we are also reminded that treatment must be proven. An untested or experimental action does not carry similar weight. Perhaps for now, less than a week into the vaccine, it is understandable that people are cautious. But by next spring, when the vaccine will more likely be available for most of us, when doctors and nurses across the country have had both doses, a medical option that can save our lives or prevent the possibility of serious illness becomes more proven. Vaccines have changed the world. The polio vaccine eradicated it from nearly every part of the world. Smallpox has been eliminated thanks to vaccines. Measles used to impact 500,000 people a year in the US. Those who have not been vaccinated to measles are 35 times more likely to contract it than those who are. Still, many Americans are not prepared to get the vaccine. Vaccines have been linked to autism, perhaps unfoundedly. Historical abuses, such as the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, create concern in some communities. General suspicions of the government and biotech firms and their linking medicine to money make the whole enterprise uncomfortable. The quick pace of the approval of the vaccines without long-term study on side effects also brings trepidation. If it helps, the CEO of Pfizer, Albert Bourla, is the son of Holocaust survivors. Moderna's chief medical officer, Tal Zaks, is an Israeli Jew who studied at Ben Gurion University. Now, I know that really doesn't mean anything, but when they all win the Nobel Prize in Medicine next year, it's nice to know some landsmen are directly involved. With all of that in mind, leading rabbinic authorities have begun to post strongly worded statements about the need for Jews to take the vaccine. The Orthodox Union, facing probably the most resistant populace of Jews, said this month, "The Torah obligation to preserve our lives and the lives of others requires us to vaccinate for COVID-19 as soon as a vaccine becomes available." My teacher, Rabbi Mark Wachowski, the leading force on Jewish law and interpretation in the Reform movement, said, should the COVID-19 immunization be mandatory? Yes, it should. No other response is halakhically correct or morally appropriate. I've always been inspired by Rabbi Israel Salanter of Vilna. In 1848, during a terrible cholera epidemic, he knew that fasting might kill members of his congregation. So on Yom Kippur morning, he ate in front of the whole congregation and insisted they do so too. There are still things yet to learn in the months ahead, but given what we know right now, I stand on this virtual bema and urge everyone to get the COVID-19 vaccine when they can. I quoted an Orthodox rabbi and a Reform rabbi. Let me end with a conservative rabbi, Rabbi David Kosak. He wrote, I am not in a high-risk group, so likely won't have an opportunity to receive the vaccine early on. But if I were, I would get it as soon as possible. Not only do I have an obligation to care for my own body, I'm equally obligated to care for those around me. Jews like to make the toast of l'chaim, to life. Sometimes we do so at a simcha event. This moment demands that we say l'chaim to the vaccines created by some of our most dedicated human minds who have worked nonstop to protect us all. We owe them our profound thanks. And so we say today, l'chaim, let us all seek life. Shabbat shalom. Simcha for all of us is that the vaccine has come, 2 vaccines have come, and hopefully we'll find ways to make 8 billion double doses of it to spread around every corner of the world. Would like to point out New Zealand has acquired enough vaccines for every citizen who lives there. If only the rest of the world could do similarly. But we have simchas in our life too. If there's something that's good that's happened in your life, in your family's life in recent days, put it into the chat so we can see what good things are happening around you and around us and draw strength from each other. So we have people helping others. We have graduations, which is wonderful. School, finishing up for the break. Reaching out to our family, to our workmates, to our pets. Getting into law school, Mazel Tov, Miriam. Celebrating Hanukkah in creative and interesting ways, but with our family all across the world. Well, we join in strength from all of these simchas that are happening to us and those around us. And we move to our concluding blessings now, the Aleinu, and we invite you to rise in body and or spirit.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל העולם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. We share now the lights of our lives. They may have been extinguished in body, but their soul still shines bright all around us all the time. As we share a list of people we remember at RTFH, we invite you to share the names of those who are close to your heart right now that you're thinking of and add them to the chat. This week marks the art site, the anniversary of the passing. Meyer Aschendorf, Albert Cohen, Lillian Kotler, Hyman Davidowitz, Gilbert Dorfman, Rika Epstein, Susan Feldman, Ann Feller, Len Fernandez, Naomi Foyer, Stephen Fisher, Bobby Forshner, Fortuny Forty, Michael Friedman, Samuel Gelb, Philip Gold, Gittel Goodman, Max Gruber, Oscar Habas, Suzanne Hertz, Harry Horowitz, Henry J. Jassam, Sarah Kammerman, Lillian E. Kruger, Riva Kvitko, Edith Lake, Samuel Leibowitz, Alfred Levy, David Levy, Ruth Lorber, Samuel Manson, Murray Moskowitz, Harry Moss, Richard Nevsky, Jerry Perlmutter, George Pikus, Rabbi Jacob Polish, Louis Reynes, Alex Rosen, Seymour Rosen, Annie Rosenthal, Bessie Rosenthal, Tilly Samet, Isidore Shapiro, Louis Schindler, Abraham Schulman, Cynthia Schweitzer, Fanny Seifer, Bertram Scheidlauer, Erwin Singer, Alexander Spielberg, Claire Weil, Sarah Weinberg, Claire Weiss, Isaac Wohl, Anna Wolfson, Morris Zweier. We note in sadness the recent passing and laying to rest of Natalie Rappaport, grandmother of Stacy Rosenblatt, grandmother-in-law of Neil Rosenblatt, great-grandmother of Ella Rosenblatt, and the recent passings of Sue Hurwitz, mother of Don Hurwitz, Dave Rose, friend of Marcia Parness, Leona Feldman, aunt of Arlene Feldman. We add to these names the names that fill our chat and fill our hearts. As we share our mourner's Kaddish, we invite you, if you wish, to unmute yourself and join us in reading it as one virtual minion across the world, across the internet, across our hearts.
There we go. You can go.
You're supposed to stand.
Please rise.
יתקדם.
יתקדם. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to every broken heart among us. And let us say, Amen.
Amen. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Please be seated. And is our, there he goes. our temple president.
Good evening, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, as always, to Rabbi Cantor, Alan, Alvin, Joe, Bonnie, Faye, and the RTFH tech team for their incredible work behind the scenes that allow us to enjoy services tonight and every time we get together. A hearty mazel tov to Ella Cohen on becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow, and to her folks, Dave and Marissa, and her sister Amanda. Congratulations as well. Congratulations as well. We look forward to joining you tomorrow morning. A big thank you to Susan Jolas for bringing the magic of Mozart to us this week and helping set the tone for Shabbat. Tomorrow morning, we have Torah study at 9, and Temple Tots at 9:15, and then, of course, Ella's Bat Mitzvah at 10:30. Check our weekly e-blast for all the login information. So before I bid you a good night, I want to share a story with you that both Stacy and Faye Gilman brought to my attention earlier today. And it ties a little bit in with what Rabbi talked about earlier with vaccinations and the nation's leading infectious disease specialist, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who apparently this week offered his opinion on the ongoing battle between the season's favorite food, the latke, and the far superior and infinitely more delicious pastry, the hamantash. Dr. Fauci indicated that he favors the latke. And I just want to bring something to everyone's attention. Before listening to Dr. Fauci and following his word in this food debate, I ask you to consider this. Do you tune into the Food Network for your medical advice? I think not. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Neil, for your utterly incorrect food advice once again. Just like to point out, many people complain that elections are unfair and can't let it go, even years and years after losing a publicly fair debate. And I will not have you stand for insulting Susie Gilbard's honesty and integrity, as you do every time you challenge the food debate at the Reform Temple of Forest Hill. We want to get ready for our oneg tonight. It may not be latkes or hamantashen, but it might start with some challah. If you have a challah, would you please get it and hold it up so we can all see it? And we'll try and spotlight a few of those challahs for everybody. Do we have any challahs? There we go. I see. Any other challahs?
Itty bitty challah.
The itty bitty counts.
Did you make it, Harry?
Okay, we're
Like
not.
Henry's challah. Let's spotlight Henry.
All right, we're not commenting on the challahs. I'll mute you all in a second if you can't handle the. All right, well, we got a few challahs out there. Great. So let's join together, and anyone who wants to unmute themselves now to join in singing the motzi, let's all unmute ourselves and join together in the motzi. I'll count it off 1, 2, 3. So we start together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lefnei haaretz,
Amen. Te'avon, everyone.
Te'avon.
And for our closing song, a classic to bring us in to our final weeks of the year. Just a reminder, by the way, next Friday is December 25th, but that doesn't mean we don't have services. We do at 8 o'clock. And the following Friday is January 1st. We also have services. They will be at 8 o'clock, though. The Shabbat Rishon will be held on January 8th. So December 25th and January 1st services are at 8 o'clock as usual.
Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nira le'inasa v'chefetzo kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kiflot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu והוא יהיה בתפארה. אדון לעולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעינעשה וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה. והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא. אדון לעולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעינעשה וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה. בידו אפקיד רוחי והייתי שן ויהירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך. שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך. שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Have a great week.
You too.
Shalom, everyone.
See you tomorrow morning, Torah study.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
See you tomorrow morning, Torah study.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Feel well. Take
See you
care.
tomorrow morning, Torah study, Karen, Money.
Shabbat shalom.
Hi, Masha.
Shalom.
Hi, Roberta.
Hi, Roberta. Hi, Marsha.
Marcia, I hope your family is well.
Our sandwiches were pretty terrific.
Dad, I wanted to ask you how it
Hey,
went.
Susan.
Oh, Susan, I should have gotten back to you. Superb.
Oh,
Superb.
good. Good.
Yes.
Is it like the hard-boiled egg?
And was what?